Love, peace, and harmony, family. I am Cosmic Intelligence, here to serve humanity in secret love, abundance consciousness, peace, authenticity organically. Now let's get into this. Now today let's talk about how the truth collapses all fake realities now. And as a child, I was one to always tell the truth until I realized for myself that the truth used to cause me great pain now, in the sense that I would tell the truth about something that I did or said or anything like that. And instead of being corrected in a way for me to understand why I shouldn't do something that was not acceptable with a conversation, I was punished for it. And when I mean punished, I was brutally punished in the sense that I didn't just get a slap on my hand. I got tied to beds. I got my mother would have stand up, put a foot on me to beat me, and all these different things. So I got punished brutally for speaking the truth. And then when I couldn't take it anymore, I started to lie. And this is where it all began, with me lying to myself and for seeking the truth. And coming away from that and understanding that now as an adult and waking up when I was 40 years old and looking back and seeing where it all started and how everything, all the past life regressions and all these different things, is really amazing to see that none of it um, broke me, and all the things that were sent to make me feel less of myself didn't break me. And you know coming away from all of that and seeing what lies did to us now, and not just from in your family home, but from in the system, what lives did to us. Hi, Tyrese. Trial, grand rising, grand rising. Hi. You know, I was able to break free and understand deeply why the treat collapses fake realities now, because it is from small we were taught a lie now. you know we were taught to lie as children rather than to be authentic with our parents and our siblings and stuff. And even when we were authentic, we would get punished severely rather than be spoken to and directed in a way that we will know what was not good for us or not. You know, and from being lied to and end up in a system that lied to us, from the education, the politicians, the religion, you know, our innate states, all of that brought to brought a reality that was filled with lies now, you know, and had us living against the cosmic laws and the laws of nature, and blind to who we are as human beings now, you know. And I can tell you how happy is I'm awake and aware of myself and everything that happened to me, all my past life reincarnations, all my, all these things help me remember who I am now and now living in the truth. Now, Some might say, well, how this going to help collapse the fake realities? Now, now that we've come to understand the depths of manifestation and how the quantum field works, while living our truth now, you know, no longer giving our power to the system or giving power to lies or half-truths, and living in our truths by taking the actions towards our truths that we have within ourselves. There is no power going out to space, people, places, spaces, because we are authentic and living our truth in reality. And that now will cause the quantum field to change the trajectory of our life, our lifestyles, the way we are to operate in our divinity, because each and every one of us is a spark of the source energy which makes us gods and goddesses on the planet. And knowing how to use manifestation, alchemy, you know, how to meditate, how to be in solitude, how to receive, and all these different things, because we're living in our truth in reality. And more and more and more of humanity awake, you will see a massive collapse in all the fake realities, and that will show up as relationships coming to an end that didn't serve people who belong with other people. You will see people will start to grow their foods more, because you have a more organic environment to live in. You know, all the truths will start to come out. You know, the truths about religions, and that is one of the biggest thing on the planet that needs to go. That will come out, because we all start to know that that whole Jesus story have half-truths in it. Politicians will be shown up for who they are, and all the greed that and all the greed and all the ways of keeping human beings stifled in a box. So how we supposed to operate as not as religion, but as unified under the sun? So all our truths will start to collapse fake realities, because we can see from us living onto his story how it tried to break the truth and create a reality fake onto us that is not healthy for us, that is not sustainable, that is not resourceful, that keeps us chasing after things. And all these truths will now, all these lies will now collapse, all these fake realities will collapse and give us back who we are as human beings. You know, I always tell people, if you're like me and you meditate and you dive deep, you will realize you're a free-spirited being. And I'm a free-spirited being, you know. God, source, the creator, gave all of us the power to manifest for our lives now. And what we choose for our lives is exactly what will be projected in our lives now, you know. And now that most of us, hi from India, now most of us can now, hi, why are you, Francie? Hi, there's an unfiltered stream of life. Yes, yes, yes. And now that we have awakened to, now that we have awakened to the truth within ourselves now, you know. And hi. Now that we have awakened to the truth of ourselves, we can co-create new realities. Now this is the most fundamental thing that will happen on the planet here. I'm telling you. I mean, it will take seasons and cycles and people waking up and all of these things, but we already awake, and because we are the first to awake and the last to awake, it will cause a ripple effect in awakening. Now, this will cause people, a lot of people will lose their lives. Some will go down with the system, and some will have to reincarnate and stuff like that, you know. And I addressing it this way because somebody don't understand it, and I had to bring it across the truthful way, You know, a lot of the nonsensical things that did not serve our humanity will keep going on until people who don't belong to our space, or energy that does not belong to our space, once they leave, their avatar will not return. So what will happen to humanity really is this stuff. The ones who are awake and aware and have all the clears up and running properly will be the ones that will live longer to see that whole time, that whole all the fake realities collapse, because they're listening to the self now. They're listening to the body, they're listening to the emotion, they're listening to everything to avoid negativity from happening to them, to avoid negativity from entering the space and all these different things, while everything collapses around us. That means children, that means teenagers, that means adults. I know. All of that is because because they choose not to listen to themselves, right? And have parents that choose to not be responsible for the children, And it may seem like a sad thing, but in the end, it will end up being a beautiful thing, in the sense that the meek will inherit the earth. And when I say the meek will inherit the earth, I was speaking about the people who choose to listen to themselves and follow the direction of the higher self now. And we will get to see fake realities collapse all around us while being navigated within. That's why I tell people it's important to ground yourself. I am always in nature. I had my nature walk today, and I went out and I had a nice little bath in a small pool with the river flowing, and I absorbed myself there before I came on here today, and humanity have to return to nature to hear what it is we need to do to change the trajectory. Is the purpose of meditation and going within yourself and hearing yourself now, so that you awaken and aware beautiful souls will know how to navigate your reality. You didn't just wake up just so. You didn't just have these gifts. You didn't just have these senses just so activated. All of it's activated for a reason. Come, Ace. Shh. Good boy. Good boy. Shh. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't have all these senses activated just like that. We came here especially for this. We came here especially for this. And for it to fall through, we had to listen to ourselves. to get all the codes, all the answers on how to navigate reality while all fake realities collapse in front of us now. So I say to you today, beautiful soul, because in the first place, we should have never lied to us as when we were children and have us lying to ourselves. And now that we wake up to the truth of ourselves and know that we're here to do what's best for ourselves and our generations to come. Now, that in itself alone is a beautiful space to be harboring our thoughts towards too, you know. It is the most positive thing that may seem a little bit off because a lot of people are going to lose their life by just allowing them to be what they are now, you know. But there is a greater picture. There is a bigger picture to all of this. And that is living on a timeline that is co-creating goodness, positivity onto ourselves in every way, you know, and not absorbing or looking outside of ourselves or taking from spaces that are negative now, you know. And this is the reason why the truth will collapse fake realities. So if you didn't hear it from anybody else, you just heard the truth from within me that will register with most of you who is viewing this live in this present moment, and for all those who will view it on the replay. You know, it's an exciting time for us to be alive and not give a flying fuck with what will happen on the external, because we came here to deliver our blueprint, our freedom, our organic states of consciousness, manifestation, alchemy, and all the beauty that human beings will be into reality. And that, my friends, is what will collapse all fake realities. I hope this was meaningful to some of you all who are navigating our divine purpose and have brought a brand new horizon and beginning for our life while we move forward, listening to the truth within us and bringing our 5D conscious states in the reality, and watching the truth collapse fake realities. I am cosmic intelligence here to serve humanity in sacred love, peace, authenticity, organically, now and for all eternity, living in my truth unapologetically, authentically, in reality, and watching all fake realities collapse as 5D takes over in a way, in the way the universe and the earth planned it to be. Hi Randy, GG Gaming, Grand Rising. You know, if you're not coming on, I'm ending my life now, and you can replay and hear some deep truths for your life. To have a beautiful, spectacular, awesome, magical, wonderful, amazing day, just as you are. Filled with many blessings, breakthroughs in your life in every way. The truth of who you are. Because we were living in lies in so many states of our lives. Now humanity have the choice to make the right decision and live in reality for their life, the truth of their lives. Until another life, I love each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day now. Bye. Stay in the truth, live in the truth, be in the truth, and receive the truth in reality.